Welcome once again to the Cantor's Corner. This week in Parshah Korach, we read how Korach and his community went before Moses and Aaron with a simple demand. They wanted to be treated as equally as everybody else, because, as Korach accurately states, the entire community is holy. Why are you, Moses and Aaron, holier than everybody else? I think that is a very, very fine question. I believe that in this day and age, we have another community that is looking to be treated as equals. And those people, in my mind, are the African American community. Starting in 2012, 3 simple words became a large movement. And those words are Black Lives Matter. It was created in 2012 after the murder of Trayvon Martin and the acquittal of George Zimmerman. It has since expanded to be a Facebook page, a Tumblr, a Twitter handle. It is still a website and provides lots of information on how Black Lives Matter. It started a while back, but I do think that this movement is still going strong today in light of recent events. Recently, at a pool party in Texas, there were several African Americans hanging out by the side of the pool, and a security officer, first of all, came up to those African Americans and said, "You're not allowed to be here." That in itself was pretty unsettling. They made their way outside of the pool, outside of the perimeter, were hanging out there, and several white people came up to them and were spouting really horrible and racist comments to them. It escalated into a fight between the two of them, and the police got involved. The police officer who made it onto the scene only continued to escalate the scenario, including forcing one of the teens down onto the ground pretty hard in order to handcuff her. Gun was drawn on some of the other teens, lots of shouting, and it was a horrible scene all around. Since then, that officer has resigned, thankfully, but the problem still remains. So the question then is, what can we do about this? First and foremost, be a part of the conversation. Talk with your friends about these issues, your family. If we don't bring it up, there's no hope in it ever getting solved. Second, go out and make your voice heard. Go and protest. The website fergusonresponse.tumblr.com was originally created to post all the different protests that were happening as a result of what happened in Ferguson with the Michael Brown shooting. Since then, it has expanded to include any sort of protest in the U.S. that revolves around race issues, discrimination, and the unequal treatment of these people. Again, that website is fergusonresponse.com. And most importantly, speak up and take action. Silence is akin to complacency. And this is not a time for us to be okay with the status quo. Because as we learn in Leviticus, we should not stand idly by while our neighbor bleeds. Right now, our neighbors are bleeding a lot. They are in need of help. And it's not just them who need help. Because when our neighbors are in jeopardy, so too are we. Because we are all one community. So I encourage you to speak up, take action, so that in the end, we will all be treated as equals.